discussing money and financial issues. And of course, he is none other than the CEO of Ngao Credit, Wycliffe Oyier. Wycliffe,
Asante
good morning.
Good morning to you.
Naona tangu the last time hata umeanza kukua light skin. It looks like life is doing you good.
I can't complain.
Yes.
Mungu ametuzalia.
Amewazalia.
Ametujalia.
Ningedhani tena mmezaliwa. But you know, the last time I met you, of course, we were talking about you know, good credit and bad credit. But today I want to focus on you as an individual, you as the CEO of Ngao Credit. So maybe I can just start by asking, how long have you been at Ngao?
Ngao, this is my first year in Ngao.
Really?
Yes, this is my first year in Ngao. Actually, I came in January as a CEO.
Yes.
Yes, so this would be my first year.
January of 2023.
2023.
All right. The next question, what is Ngao Credit all about for those of the audience who are just hearing you for the first time?
Ngao Credit is a microfinance. Microfinance established to serve the underserved. You know, you're talking about working for it's a structured non-bank finance. So Ngao works for the non-bank finance.
Yes.
To help them get access to credit.
Right.
That is a lot of English, but in simple terms,
Munakopesha pesa.
Tunakopesha pesa kwa watu binafsi na wanabiashara.
Okay. And something quite interesting, when we were speaking just before the interview, you said that the minimum amount of money you give to borrowers is 100,000, yes. A maximum of 3 million. Lakini tukiongea vizuri, it can even get to 9.
Yes, for clients who are in the system,
yes.
People whom we already have their history and we've talked with them for a long time, we can always extend that based on their needs. Mm-hmm. So Ngao is about relationships building. Once we build the relationship with you, yes. We know who you are, we know how you behave, then we can always extend that leverage. But for a first-time client, we give you up to 3 million.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, and remember, you don't have to bank with us. Mm-hmm. We don't take deposits.
I just walk in.
So you walk in, we explain your need. Uh-huh. Up to 3 million. Other
digital lenders are giving people sometimes even a minimum of 30,000, sorry, all the way up to 10 million. So what advised 100,000 to 3 million?
It's the type of client that we deal with. We're dealing with SMEs mostly, people who are in business. So we're looking at 100,000 is something that starts the journey for us. So it's just a business decision that we made. We could go lower, but for us, we said 100,000 makes sense to us.
So depending on the needs, that is.
Depending on the needs.
All right, yes. Good stuff. I like your offices. They look good. Like the people outside, they also look very friendly. Is it a strategy ndio mchukue pesa yetu?
Could be. What we say is a culture that we've built. Mm-hmm. Is a culture that we built. You spend close to more time at work than you spend at home.
Yes.
So we have a deliberate effort to make sure that the workplace is as conducive as possible.
Right.
This is your second home.
Yes.
So we want this place to be a place where you can stay, have fun, enjoy, and so that you get the productivity out of you.
Yeah.
So it's a deliberate choice to make it place look nice.
Yes.
And when people look nice, we also like to see them.
Yeah.
That's
light iko vizuri. Hata ndio maana umeanza kukaa light skin than usual. But anyway, quite interesting what we were talking also about before we went on air. You told me that for you being here at Ngao for this 1 year, but at one point you've also had aspirations to be a radio presenter.
Yeah. I had applied to join Maseno. For, is it called journalism and IT?
Yes.
It just didn't work because I already had work to do, so I couldn't go. They are offering that course as for regular students, but I was a part-time student.
Oh.
So I thought that because I cannot go to school on a regular basis, I wanted to do part-time. That is how I never ended up in journalism. But yes. I had passion for it. I thought about it, and anyway, life has its own way of
You ignored that dream at one point. But you still want to get into radio?
Sometimes when you're growing up, the choices that you make depend on the finances or the available finances for you.
Yes.
So I could not make the choices. I had no chance to make the choices. Mm-hmm. The choices were made for me based on the circumstances that I had.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends on life. I know, when you look at life, you realize if you are the upper strata of life, let me say, ukikuwa ile watu wa self-actualization,
Yes.
then you say that their children will have choices of, let's say, to join the arts, be musician, do things like that.
Yes.
When you are at this lower level, you think about survival more than
Than anything else.
than passion or dreams.
Okay.
But that is a passion that I have, and I think maybe one day in future I will be able to pursue it.
Just to understand it a little bit more. So if you were to host a radio show, what kind of show would it be? Would you be a reggae, presenter? Would you be a Sheng presenter? Would you be a political, host on radio? What kind of show are we looking at here?
I really don't have, I've not thought it through to say, but I'm a little bit philosophical.
Okay.
I'm a little bit philosophical. I'm read widely. So I would talk about topical issues. Politics wouldn't pass me. By training, I'm a sociologist and an anthropologist.
Yes.
So you can hear my breath is wide on the things that I can discuss.
Okay. I might talk to my CEO at Media Max. Tuone kama kuna ka position Milele FM.
Ndafurahia sana.
Also, you've mentioned anthropology. Is that what you studied at university level?
Yeah, I did the sociology and anthropology, but I majored in sociology at Maseno University. This is something that I did because I really, when I was young, I really enjoyed a lot of stuff. It would be funny if I told you that I studied something called metaphysics.
Metaphysics?
Yes.
That sounds like meta Facebook.
Not metaphysics. You're looking at cosmology, things like religion, discussing religion, dogma, and things like that.
Uchawi.
Just for fun. Just for fun.
Uchawi, mbona ignore your part? Uchawi.
I'm trying to ignore you because you're on air. But just for fun, I looked at a lot of things. So I had a lot of time to study so many things. So when I wanted to settle down, I looked at sociology as something that would anchor me down. And I had a dream of working with people. I enjoy working with people.
Right.
So this is something that would give me the software to work with people in a more structured way.
Okay. So wait, you studied metaphysics also at university level? Ama hii ni kitu you
I studied an online degree.
Okay.
I'm a little bit older than I look, so
Yes.
when the internet came in, my brother gave me a modem, and I went online, and then I started studying. I found a university, I think it is in California, and they were giving it.
California wanafunza watu mambo ya uchawi. Okay, well, that's on a light note.
Yes.
But you studied that online.
Yes, I studied that online, and then I got a few. It's like a degree. Then I became more serious with life. So from there, I thought that maybe I should study something. That is why I went to journalism.
Yes.
But because it was an evening regular class, I opted for an evening class.
Yes.
And what they were offering then in Kisumu was sociology. So I ended up studying sociology.
Okay.
Yes.
Quite interesting. I might talk to you baadaye after kipindi tujue hiyo metaphysics tasoma wapi. Unajua sisi kama Wakamba we like understanding these things better. Getting back to you being at Ngao, I've also noticed that Ngao is under an umbrella of also a couple of other companies as well. Yes. Maybe you can just highlight a few as we move on.
Yes, Ngao is under a group of companies called Anvil Shield. So within Ngao is one of the first companies. We have a money remittance company called Upesi. Upesi is all over the world, so we send money abroad, we receive money from abroad. So there is Upesi, and then we have got insurance brokerage called Lucent Insurance Brokers. Lucent.
Oh, Lucent.
Lucent Insurance Brokers. Then we also have a fleet management system called the Tracking Hub. And then after Tracking Hub, we also have got a software as a service called SwitchLink.
Software?
Yeah, software as a service.
Okay.
So gives money, is a platform for payment services. Then we also have a real estate wing of it called Saladin. Saladin manages one of our properties. So we have furnished apartments. You go to Sabaki, there is Rio Upesi. That is a furnished apartment under Anvil Shield. So it's a whole lot of companies here.
Nice, good stuff. And you're now, in charge of Ngao. How is Ngao so far in terms of even customer engagement? Like I said, nimeona even in the office upstairs, people are very friendly. People are very warmly. So how is the relationship between you and the customer? Are we looking at good uptake? Are we looking at positivity in the industry?
Ngao is an exciting place, and the longer I've been here, Ngao is more. Our directors think more about the clients.
Okay.
I was having a story when I asked my director during my interview, asked him, so why did you start this company? And he gave me a story that really touched my heart. He said, I was a supplier. And most of the time I realized that when I supplied the government, I was not able to receive money. I was not able to get my money on time.
Yeah.
And I wanted somebody who could just lend me something small to keep me afloat. And I thought, this is not just my problem. It's a problem that everybody else has.
True.
So when I hear that, he always talks about the client, because he says, one time I was a client. How can we think about the client? So that has been ingrained in the philosophy of Ngao Credit, that we think about the client almost all the time.
All the time, yeah.
And that is something that, and we looked at now, in the second generation, those of us who are taking over, we are now asking ourselves, is the client just the person borrowing, or is the client the internal client?
Yes.
So we're looking at a client as a whole ecosystem.
And by internal, you mean what? The
Internal
employees?
client, because even the employees are clients.
Yeah.
So you are in the front facing, there are people at the back office. The people at the back office, their client is not that person who is borrowing.
True.
It's this person at the front office who needs their service to meet the promise. So that is how we look at it at Ngao.
Yeah.
We look at it as a whole sector, and everybody is a client to everybody. The HR, I am a client to HR because I would like them to pay me on time.
But you know, if they don't pay you, you just fire them. It doesn't work that way.
I wish it was that simple. But we look at the person beyond the title.
Okay.
So it's not just movie. There is movie the father, there is movie the husband, there is more beyond just the individual. And once you have it like that, work becomes just easier.
All right. So how then would you describe your leadership style? Is it authoritative? Is it unaingia kwa ofisi yoyo ni aje manze wasi tunagoteana? I don't know how to describe it. Maybe you're the best person to tell me how that works.
That is a tough question, because I'm still trying to find out my leadership style. But I am consultative. I believe that I am not the smartest person in the room, and I think that everybody's idea matters. Sometimes I'm autocratic, because I also need things to move. I want things to move. There is a point that I think I've been accused of. It's called laissez-faire.
Laissez-faire.
Yeah, letting things be. I am a person who always believes that I have stretch goals, but I also give people the freedom to think.
Yes.
I think every individual, when given an opportunity, they can come up with creative ideas to resolve solutions. There are instances where people have said that I've actually said that I'm fairly lazy.
Yeah.
So I always look for the easiest way to solve a problem.
Okay.
And that's why I have to think. I have to always think. I have to always think. And I'm a morning person, so I have enough time to think.
Okay. Because I've also noticed the relationship between you and your staff members. Again, they're also caring, as much as you're the boss, but you're very approachable. Someone tells you, adjust this jacket this way, fix your collar this way. And that is actually something we don't see in a lot of companies. I don't think I would walk up to my CEO and tell him ati boss, abu tengeneza hiyo ndambia PA wake amwambie. But for you, everyone and anyone can approach you and actually just be open with you. How did you achieve that?
I think it's in my journey. It's in my journey. I've worked from the lowest part to the top. So it's very easy to understand how everybody at every given level operates. And I resonate with them. So it comes with a little bit of vulnerability. You see, there is a lot of strength in vulnerability. When they can see that you are infallible, then they say, this guy can make mistakes like we do.
Yes.
So he's human. I don't believe in you've walked in my office, or the door is always open.
Right. So
that way you find that people find it easy to talk to you. They find it easy to approach you. And because sometimes, like for me, if I make a mistake, I will admit publicly.
Okay.
Guys, I thought this was the right direction, but I was wrong. Hapa nimekosa. You guys come up with ideas. So that kind of culture has allowed them to tell me. They tell me, there's a day one of them told me, boss, now umenona,
wewe sasa umenona wapi?
hit the gym. And I like it that when they
Right.
when people approach me and tell me stuff, because that is when I have first time information, I can react to a situation almost immediately.
And it helps you also improve your personality and yourself.
I want to believe so.
Okay. It brings me then to ask, what is the recruitment process like in an institution such as Ngao? Do you look for specifics, or it's anybody who's qualified to do this just come on board?
That again, I think it's a lot for me. I'm one of those people. I've been given a chance. I was given a chance. My former boss gave me a chance in areas where I was never qualified to be at.
Yeah.
So I like giving people a chance. I think unless the role has got a little, it's called technical capability, I think anybody can do anything.
Okay.
So like let's say the operating the camera, that one has got, you need to study for it.
Yes.
But most of the roles, people learn into them.
Yeah.
So for me, even during my interviews, once I find the personality is right, I get the attitude is right, I think the rest you can always train.
Okay.
And that is what I've told my managers, all my HODs, that if the attitude is right and we can't train this person,
let them get on board.
let them get on board. And I always, if you've ever been in Kenya and you've been jobless, and you know that feeling of, if somebody could just give me a chance, I've never forgotten that. I just wanted, there's a time I just wanted somebody to give me a chance.
Yeah.
So anytime somebody walks through my interview, and in Ngao, all interviews, I have to see the final candidates.
Yes.
I'm looking for that person who needs the chance.
Okay.
Because if you just need the chance, I know if I give it to you, you're going to deliver. And most of the time, I'm never wrong. And these are something that I've hired thousands of people in my career.
Right.
Because I've been in sales for long.
Okay.
Anybody who wants a chance, if you give them that chance, they'll never disappoint you. Irrespective of their education background, their level of education. Give them a chance, and watch the magic. And
I like the fact that you said you did, anthropology, sociology, you've done, mass communication. Even our cameraman here, Dominic amefanya animal husbandry. Kushughulikia kuku, and he's very good with the camera. Before we get more personal about yourself, maybe you can let me know, at Ngao, what is the one product you'll say that this one, tick, yani, it resonates with you a lot?
Ngao, we have a product called the 90-day supplier loan. 90-day supplier loan. And it's like right now we're in the tenders period. You're looking at entrepreneurs, we call them tenderpreneurs. Business people are looking for just a little money to jumpstart them. Ngao, we designed a product that we give you money for 90 days to jumpstart you. And within the 90 days, you can pay just the interest, and then eventually you clear the loan. Most people just need that. And that is it's moving like hotcake. Everybody wants that. Okay. Because you realize that microfinance, we are relatively not cheap. If you look even at the interest rates that we charge. So somebody doesn't want to stay in that space for longer. Yeah. They just want something for a shorter period of time. Give me 3 months, sort me out for 3 months, and I'll come back and pay you. And today, that is the fastest moving product we have, and I love it. Because the stories I get from clients, they tell me, boss,
you ilikuanga proper.
Ulinisort. When a client calls me and say, Oyier, thank you.
It gives you satisfaction.
I feel like I've done something, and I feel like I've done something. Somebody once is waiting for payment to come through. They have been told payment is going to come in 90 days. Yes. They have got stuff. Like this week, people have been taking their children to school. Yes. You get a client is calling you, boss, watoto wako kwa nyumba, I need to go back and get them out of the house. Give me money. I said, okay, fine. I'm giving you money.
Let's do this.
Somebody just want 300,000. Somebody just want $500,000.
Hey, I want to know these people.
And I say, okay, fine, you can get this money.
Okay.
As soon as, within 6 hours. Sometimes they don't even want 6 hours. They say, I want it in an hour. And I make it happen.
Yeah.
Children are in school, mtu atakupigia na kwambia, Oyier, Mungu akujalie.
Yeah.
Mungu akupe baraka. And that for me
is what?
It's actually what makes this job worthwhile. So the 90-day product we have in Ngao, top of my mind is the best. We have others, but that is the best if I have to answer your question.
For the defaulters, because kuna wale wata default intentionally, but are those ones who just default because, you know, it's a dark day, dark clouds, and there's nothing I can do about it. So how do you handle such an individual? I had promised you within 90 days I'll pay a year. And then here is day 92. Niko mteja.
That is common. That is common. That is common. You see, like every day, it doesn't work like that. If you're a Christian, I think it's in the book of Proverbs, they say, to man can plan, but everything is to God. I think it's the book of Proverbs. I'm not sure about.
Okay.
That is true about everything that we do. You always plan, like, I want to do this thing, and it doesn't happen like that. There is always that director who is in a conference in Mombasa, who went to Kakamega, and they have not signed. So today is day 92. The director is in Kakamega, of launching some projects.
Yes.
What do? I've told my staff, and this is something that just not only me, even the board of directors believe. Listen.
Listen to the customer.
Listen. When you listen, a lot happens. When you listen, solutions come. Every client has a solution even to their problem. Why have you not paid me? Just listen.
Yeah.
Just listen.
They'll tell you why.
Listen. And I think that for me, that has been the magic.
Yeah.
For the 7 years I've been in microfinance, I have solved more problems by listening than by even offering solutions.
Okay.
Listen. Just listen.
And you're not like other lenders who will start calling my grandmother, my girlfriend, my clan. Watu wengine hata hawana shughuli na hiyo pesa.
You see, when somebody comes to you, and right now even by law, there is the data protection law that came into place, I think a few years ago. When you listen to your clients, why do you need to involve other people? And by the way, if your loans are not carefully crafted, then that is when you need to go call the grandmother, the mother-in-law, everything.
Yeah.
That doesn't work with Ngao.
Okay.
We have our well structured. We have got systems in place. But even if you have security, even if you have anything, those don't pay loans.
Yes.
The client pays the loan. Forget about the security.
Yeah.
There's so many things people do. Oh, they check CRB, they do due diligence, they come to your home, they do everything. All those don't pay loans.
Yeah. It is the client.
It is the client who pays the loan.
Okay.
So for me, I believe my relationship with the client, if I keep it top notch, I will not suffer.
Right.
And I have got evidence to say I have not suffered.
Good stuff. So I want us to take a short break. When we return now, I want to get to know who Oyier is proper. You know, where you grew up, where you studied. Were you the last born, first born, second born, middle child? Ulikuanga mtoto mkorofi pia? Hizo zote utayarishe. Hizo zote tayarisha those answers. Otherwise, don't go too far. We'll be right back.
Now, K24 This Morning segment Changemakers. On the segment, Mbuvi will be interviewing Wycliffe Oyier, the CEO of Ngao Credit. Next, K24 This Morning interactive session with Shiko Kaitani and Mongala Mbuvi, who'll be giving us the latest gossip, trends and much more to brighten your morning. And later, Inuka, the praise and worship gospel music show with inspirational Bible quotes and songs